Hey, what's up everybody? Just wanted to do a video showing and talking about something here. More so talking about it than showing it because there isn't much to show here. So this is kind of a mini pickup video, but not a whole lot. So if you're into computer stuff, you'll probably know exactly what this is already. But if you guys have watched my channel for a while, you will know that I've had some pretty nasty hard drive failures. I've had some that aren't so bad. Let me get something else real quick to show in this video, because it goes hand in hand with the topic of the video. And I can't do a whole lot here. I'm kind of immobilized, unfortunately, for the time being. But you will know that I've had some pretty bad hard drive failures, most notably on that guy there, the Latitude D620. Had a pretty bad hard drive failure on that guy. I had an iBook G3 hard drive completely crap out on me. I had, I'm trying to think of any other bad hard drives. I had the hard drive in this computer go bad, 2010 iMac. You can see there's a FireWire cable running off of that, which I'll get into. I've had, I feel like there was another, oh yeah, my iMac G4 hard drive is dying. But it's an irrelevant thing now, completely irrelevant. So it became clear to me that I need to start backing up before the hard drive starts going bad. And also, as you guys will know, for a long time I had this computer running off of a MacBook Pro hard drive. So I made a video about it at the end of last month about the hard drive, or the MacBook Pro, getting messed up because it was on so much for the purpose of being a hard drive over FireWire using target disk mode, which really is not an intuitive solution because it requires an extra power cable. The whole thing is just a mess. So I solved that by getting, to come around here, this guy. Probably can't see it too well, but this is a G Technology hard drive. It's a 500 gig, 5400 RPM drive, which isn't the best, but I figure that since it's already over FireWire 800, it's already pretty capped out, so I don't mind too bad. That's what I was running on the MacBook Pro, was the same speed, but I got back to 500 gig. This drive is decent. Has USB 2 as well, and then 2 FireWire 800 ports, so you can daisy chain off of it. This is decent, but the only problem I have with it, I don't know if this thing will open up good. I have a feeling that there's no screws on it. Maybe they're under the feet, but if they aren't, and those feet, you'd have to destroy the feet to get the thing open in that situation, or you gotta pry it open, and then who the hell knows how it's held on with adhesive. Maybe it won't go together very well. So I didn't like that, and I was like, yeah, okay, this is a decent solution for the iMac, but as a long-term solution, it's not that great. So I did a bit of shopping. Oh, and that is a powered hard drive. It's a portable hard drive, because that eliminates the problem of needing a plug. It does work pretty well. The only problem is that if the computer goes 100% to sleep, like it sleeps the FireWire drive too, and after a while of doing that, it doesn't start up properly again, enough to where, since the OS is installed on that drive, the OS can't load itself in again. So you have to restart the computer. If I leave like a sound file playing, it will never do that though. So it's possible to fix, and I think I can change some stuff in my settings for the computer to stop it from doing that, but it is a problem. But there's a very simple fix for that problem. But I needed something that I could actually use as a caddy, more so than a hard drive itself, but I also need an extra hard drive because the purpose of it is to be bagging up files. So I got this guy just today. It's another G Technology drive, and this is Hitachi drive. I'm pretty sure they make all of these G drive products. It's a G Drive Mini. The hard drive in it it's a 750 gigabyte, 7200 RPM drive. which is pretty good size for me. I think that will be enough to back up everything. Everything that is essential, not all my applications and stuff, but my documents should all fit on this, all my video stuff that I've done. I think it should all fit on here pretty well. If not, then a second drive that's smaller could definitely come, and I can reuse the same enclosure, because screws, this comes apart fairly easily. It comes apart in parts and just a lot of screws to keep track of. So it's not like the easiest thing to, let's say, if you wanted to use this as a boot drive and swap out the drive every day because you're using different systems, you would just use it without the case on at that point, because it is a bitch to line all the screws up again and everything, but it does work. You can open it up. I have opened this up and taken the drive out, put it back in. And it is definitely possible. If the drive in this fails, I can put another one in it. For sure. And I can even do so in the meantime. It's not that much of a bitch. It's just not something you'd want to do every day. Again, FireWire 800, 2 of them, USB 2.0. This one does have an on-off switch, which I like. The other one doesn't. And then it does have optional power if your system cannot provide bus power, or to avoid the problem that I was facing there. So this guy I am using as a backup drive. I've scanned the drive and it looks pretty good. To me, I think it's still okay. This seems to date from around 2011. Also, the light indicator on this one's less annoying than the other one. My battery's getting low, so I'm afraid it's gonna die, so I'm going quick. But anyway, this is the beginning of a backup system. This is gonna be the ultimate backup hard drive for me. This is gonna be where all of the documents go. But one backup is most certainly not enough. I have one 128 gigabyte SanDisk flash drive that I got as an intermediary backup system, which does have some of my files on it. Some of my documents from various computers, one of which I'm afraid has a failing hard drive. Actually, 2 of which. So this is kind of like a temporary backup system. But flash drive in the long term, I don't really want this to be a long term, but keep an extra copy of it, doesn't hurt. And then I will at some point either be getting a second enclosure altogether with a hard drive in it, or a second hard drive to put into this enclosure to duplicate the backup of this to a second drive, and then maybe a third drive. Maybe get a terabyte drive, and then I can add on, and then I can have this for the old stuff. Because it's definitely good to have as many backups as you can. 2, I would say, is not even enough in the long term. Always have 2 or more, as many as you can. Have fallbacks, even if it's something basic like this. Keep your data stored, stripe it, whatever you want to do. My way of backing up files for so long has just been to have them on all my computers, because I have quite a number of computers. The files that were really important, I just put on all the computers. But this is the way to go. That's also not a bad way to go. If you put all your files across multiple computers, more backups. More backups is the key, but this is the way to go as far as I'm concerned. I may also invest in some solid state hard drives. I don't know about the longevity of solid state drives. You know, there's some things you can worry about, like bit rot. I'm not sure how much bit rot affects SSDs, which is why I'm going to try to keep this drive fairly active, and any future drives fairly active, so they're at least getting some use and some read-write activity. But yeah, so that's just my little video. I recommend everybody that does not have a backup system in place get one. This cost me like 40 bucks, which is quite a bit, but in the long term I figured this is worth it. 40 bucks for this system is worth it. It's a start to something for sure. This was really the cheapest I could find that looked simple enough to take apart, because that was the requirement, is that it had to be easy to take apart to swap the drive out. Otherwise it's basically useless in the long term. So yeah, leave your comments below about if you have a backup system or not. If you don't, then get one. At least start one, and trust me, you will not regret it when you have a horrible system crash. and your files are totally screwed, you will really appreciate it. If you've got a Mac and you only have like one partition, on this computer it's useless to do Time Machine, but if you only have one partition on your Mac, get a FireWire hard drive if your Mac has FireWire, Thunderbolt, USB-C, whatever you got. Use Time Machine. Use another app to back up, because I heard Time Machine isn't so great these days. Just use apps to back up your data. Please do. And another story to exacerbate my problems of hard drive failures, the MacBook Pro 17-inch that I made a video on at the beginning of this year, beginning of this month. This thing has a failing hard drive in it too. And it's slowed down. It has slowed down horribly as a result of that, to where there are times where the whole system, the OS, is just frozen. Not even these keys do anything. I can't adjust my volume, can't adjust my brightness. Caps lock still works, but that's about it. But yeah, this hard drive is totally failing. So I'm going to have to crack this thing open. I'm going to order an SSD at some point. Something larger than 160 gig, which is what is in this. So I get a speed boost, more storage, and a better long-term hard drive. So I will be cracking this thing open. I may make a video on that when the time comes to replace it with an SSD. But it is going to happen now. It's inevitable. It is inevitable because the drive is failing. I have drive programs that are reporting that it's failing. A lot of sectors that cannot be written to at all. Different things that are wrong with this hard drive. It's not even a temperature problem. Surprisingly, the temps on this hard drive ended up being very good because I kept this computer running cool through various methods, but the drive is failing. It's time to replace it. I will do so as soon as I have the means to, once I get the drive. So, and I probably will make a video on it, but that will happen when it happens. So keep your data backed up. Check your hard drives with programs to see if they're failing. Do different things to keep your data safe, because when it goes missing, when you lose it, you are going to regret it. Trust me, you will regret it. So just a little bit of an update that I am investing in a backup system, and that you guys please do. I know some people that watch me probably watch me on a phone. They don't really even have a computer. Back up your photos to the cloud then. I don't know, just back your stuff up. Really, do back your stuff up. So, hope y'all enjoyed the video, and catch you guys later.